to Satisfactory. But now I'm back in the stable branch after 1.2 exited experimental. So just a recap of where we were. So we needed to build our motors, which we've now done. And now we need to go get oil processing. Do our oil processing milestone, and then we can go look for oil. Now the only major problem we kind of have is, oh, that was a bit far, is we're kind of short on power at the moment. Which is a little bit of a problem. And then we also kind of need to sort out how these tractors are getting powered. Well, their fuel source. Because, as you can see up here, this one tractor is just not having it. Now, I suspect what's happened is the logic behind how tractors get power. I suspect that's changed. Sorry. So let's just go get some coals. We can just dump it in it and get it out of the way. Our inventory is very full. Let's just get rid of that. Take that over. We'll get rid of that too. Get rid of that. And just fill it up a bit more. So I'm not entirely sure what we'll do around that tractor. Kind of just want to get it out of the way, to be really honest. Where did it get stuck? There again. Okay. I might just give it enough just to get it stuck back in its own area. I don't want it to... Oh, none of this is actually impacting the power. Oh, geez Louise. Okay. I think all the other ones are fine. Some of them won't actually continue past anyway, so that's all good. What's up here? Alright, so this is where the coal is being deposited from that one. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure pre 1.2, if your tractor went through a like loading zone-ish area for it went through a loading zone area like which had fuel in it. I'm pretty sure it refueled itself if it was the same fuel type. I was pretty sure that's how 1.1 handled it. Could be very wrong though. But yeah, we are going to run out of power very, very shortly. So that's something we're going to have to manage. When we get trains, hopefully soon, all of this will get neatened up because this upsets me greatly. But let's just get everything we need so we can go and do this milestone. So we need 100 of these. Where is my mouse? Game crashed again. One moment, this game is not cooperative today. It appears when it does its autosave, that's when it's getting upset. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're over here. So, yeah. So we need to go hand and oil processing. I'm hoping I can just do a little bit of a stopgap to the system and basically just start adding oil production in. That's kind of my hope. Because I don't really want to need to mess around with more coal power if I don't have to. Because once we've got trains and all of that unlocked, I'd like to try and repurpose the coal that's being used for the power station just into more resources. That's kind of my goal. Let's go and grab some steel pipes on the way. Which hopefully we should still have plenty of. Yeah, we have plenty, so we just need 500. So let's just go and take 2, 4. We don't. Oh, we may need that. We don't need that. Actually, that's of lesser value. Alright, so we got all of those. The rest we can get down the bottom, with the exception of the encased industrial beams, which are here. Not there. Where are they? Oh, have we not done encased, like an actual encased industrial beam factory yet? Alright. That will be potentially next on our agenda once we've found power. Once we found oil. Because we have some here that will get us going for a bit, but I'm cautious to yeah, I just wanna, I feel like I did have encased industrial beams being made somewhere. I could be very wrong though. Okay. Do I have an available tractor up here? Ooh, I do not. Alright, let's see if I can build one. Tractor, yes I can. Alright, 34 will definitely not be enough, so let's go and grab some more coal just before we head on out. Grab some wood as well, just in case we need it. Yeah, because once we've done this, we can actually go and set up our fuel power. And potential, we'll have to see. It can be a little difficult, especially with how the nodes are randomized in this particular world with 1.2. Oil is kind of a little bit all over the place. So I'm not entirely sure how I will manage that. Potentially I'll just locally, like, put, like, you know, process it into bottles and whatever, like packaged fuel, not necessarily packaged fuel to start with, but like packaged oil or crude oil or whatever and send it, or potentially to start with, I might actually just use the new fuel truck, new liquid truck, just to ship it around, because it is not going to be amazing. Because from my little exploration I've already done, oil is few and far in between. Where it used to cluster quite nicely together. Not in this one. So yeah, so we'll see how we go with that. Like, it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Like, I know there is like 1 or 2, potentially 3 pure oil nodes down here. I might literally just do local fuel just to start with, and connect it up. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of currently thinking. But we'll need to pick up some copper sheets from this one on our way past. We need 500. That's fine, we don't need those. Cool. Yeah, I think that might be the best course of action. You know, once we get trains, we can potentially just start shipping it to a central location, potentially. Or it might end up being something that we ship by truck for a little bit, because trains can be very, not so much expensive, but they can be a little bit of a nuisance early on if you have to, you know, send them to multiple spots or whatever. So yeah, so let's just head back to base and then see what we can come up with. This has not been somewhere we've been in a while, actually. This area may also need to get its own little overhaul. That was one nice thing about the old way to do vehicle pathing, is I could literally just drive off that cliff in the vehicle path and off we go. But alas, not anymore. Alright. Put all of these in.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
So I guess the question becomes, do we want to go Mark 4 first? I think we should be doing petroleum power first, personally. And then we come back and do Mark IV. And then packaging. Yeah, I think that's possibly the best option. Okay, so now we have this unlocked. What do we actually need for a refinery? Easy peasy. Alright, so we're here. Where will we have crude oil? And at least that's broken down or run out of power outside of the main route. Normal, pure. Okay, this is interesting. Where would this pure one actually be? I've got another pure. Oh, that's so frustrating. The pure's up. Well, the oil's not grouped together. Alright, where's my tractor? Over here. Cool. Like, we'll go over, we'll see what we can do. I do think we should look at packaged fuel potentially before Logistics 4. Because Logistics 4 will give us the trucks. Oh, is it going to be out on one of those? Sorry, where was that? Hang on, I need to deal with these guys before they whack me off the bloody cliffs. Oh, there's more oil showing up. Pure there as well. Alright, so where was it? Potentially there? Or maybe up there, I think. I mean, it's not terrible. That is very interesting, though. I mean, I could actually always build something down here for it. Alright, let's try. I think it's going to be that. Yep. Okay. So how do we want to do this? I think I'll figure out like I'll figure out a better permanent structure shortly. I kind of just want to get out there. Yep, that's oil, alright. We'll go out there to get that later. It's not terribly important, so let's place the refinery down. Hang on. Wrong one. Oil extractor. Missing cable. That's really annoying. Because I opened the wrong unit. That's fine though. This in itself is actually probably not a bad area for an initial fuel area to go. And then I just connect the two grids together. So realistically, down here is not using... I mean, look, it doesn't contribute... It doesn't contribute much at the moment. These trees, man. But at least if we connect the two, it'll be a little better, maybe? Okay. So we need to get cable. Oh my god. Alright. Who gave me a license to drive? Okay, so let's go grab the cable, which... Yeah, we'll just grab 400, maybe? That's a little more than 400, but it'll do. I wonder if we can... Yeah, maybe this is a pretty good spot for it after all. Like, we bring it down here. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Iron. Cool, impure. Unhelpful. Yeah, I think so. I think potentially we bring it down here somehow. Because to start with, we can just use the fuel trucks for the local area. Not even. We'd probably just go straight to packaging at that point. Oh. Wrong area. Go back there. I mean, I need to do some local processing for a little bit though. That's the only thing just we gotta do. Alright, so if we go into logistics, we go to pipes. Luckily we can just get more pipes like right there, so it's not... Maybe not like, it's not exactly there, but you know what I mean. Can I somehow siphon that power? Or they're going to be just out of reach. I could do it the other way, potentially. Do not get pulled off that. That will not be good. Let's just build some foundations to get back up. I think that's probably the safest way to go. And then that goes up there. How are we doing in this particular grid? Oh, we got a capacity of, yeah, we're going to be fine for a while, I think. Let's just craft some biomass out of wood. Just so we can chop down these trees. How are we also going for fuel? Okay, we're going to run out in a minute, but that's fine. Alright. Why can't I get rid of these? So what we're building a refinery. We're going that way. Alright, how much do you output per second or per minute, whatever the measurement is? You are 240. Cool. We'll just do it we'll just use this to make the rubber for now. Or plastic, doesn't really matter. Okay, so you're making 240 per minute and you're taking in 30. Okay. We'll go like that. Connect that up. Connect that up. One, two, three. Oh, hang on. Am I above? What's this? Am I above the red? I think I am. Yeah, I must be above it. Hang on. Pump. There we go. That's making the plastic we want, so let's just come over here. And we'll just sort out this merger first. How many do you make per minute? 20. Okay. But we need to store the fluid somehow. And I don't have any more steel beams. So what we'll do is let's just put down a bunch of these for now. Then let's... This is literally very temporary, so I'm not really... Not super worried. Oh, hang on, is this already full? Oh, wait, hang on, I didn't do the connection. There we go. So that should get to 100 pretty quickly. And then we can switch it over to rubber. I think I'll need to go back and get some more. Hopefully not, though. We got 100. We got 100 motors. Cool. Because we're also storing this, we actually will be able to store a fair bit. That's only making 10 per minute, so we're pretty good. Alright, so we're at 183 at the moment. 4, 5, 6. Alright, now we'll switch over to rubber. What were the other ones? Oh, because that uses the resin. Okay. That is the one thing I will need to just watch is the... Because I think what we'll do is to start with, we'll build power. And the residual we'll use to make like the plastic containers so we can start pulling in more and more remote oil, fuel, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. What are we doing? How's our power going at the moment? Are we nearly drawing? Nah, we're drawing nothing. Is that not even half full? Easy peasy. So I think for a little while I kind of need more rubber than I do plastic. So I may switch one of them to rubber and keep two as plastic. I don't know yet. Just while we go sort out petroleum power. Because what we'll do is we'll drive up to the other base. We'll connect it to the power grid along the way using like the power station, like the tall power plant things. And then, or we'll do it on the way back, I don't know. And then when we're up there, I think I saw a couple of pure nodes or whatever near our existing power station. So I'll do something along the lines with that. I think I saw one of the acid spitters up here, so I'm curious if there's anything for me to get. Oh, I've angered it. I'll just mass the sphere.
Live, laugh, consume. We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
That's very reassuring. Okay, so let's just switch this over to plastic. Get rid of that. Let's do any sorting. Cool. Plenty of room. Alright. How are we gonna charge him like that? So let's just save our game before we crash inevitably. Alright, so now we can go unlock our petroleum power and we can start to get some real momentum in the game. What will especially be good is now that all of that extra coal can kind of be eventually converted away from being used for the coal power and being used to make more of our more of our like steel-based products. So that'll be pretty good, I think, in the long haul. Oh, did I not pick up? I didn't pick up the plastic. Back you go. That's really annoying that I forgot that. But it's fine. We'll see how we go. Especially once we start to get trains and all of that. Going remotely for parts and factories will be a lot easier because I don't have to worry about the fuel to get there, because that's kind of the big pain in the butt at the moment. It's just not having the resources to get the trucks and stuff there. What will be interesting though is seeing how I can work all this new logistics, because, you know, in 1.1 and earlier, oil was always clustered together, whereas now it's kind of scattered all through the map. So we will need to actually run trains out to go and get it, or at least potentially trucks. I'm not too sure on the trucks for some of them though. I think the train, in most cases, the trains will always be quicker. Oh, that's right, that was being used for the other ones. Alright, we've still got plenty there. Alright.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Interesting. So there's actually nothing stopping us getting trains now. But I think we should do these. I can't return that one yet, but I think we should do these before we do trucks. Trains, sorry. But I think fluid packaging's... I don't think it really matters what order we do it in, to be completely honest. Why don't we do fluid packaging first? Can I at least deposit the resources yet? No. Okay. What we'll do is, what do we need to create the fuel generator? We need the rubber, we need some more motors. So we're gonna have to go up the other side anyway. Okay. Let's just make sure we have enough to connect the two. We just need to take up some more wire. Then I should definitely look into the dimensional wrong one, but look into the dimensional depots. So some of these more remote-ish, remote adjacent resources can just kind of, you know, turn up. We'll switch to that. Now, For fuel, I will need some more copper sheet. I think that's the only thing that's made down here that I'll need. Let's just have a look. Fuel power generator. We'll need some material. We'll pick that up on the way. We'll need motors. Easy-ish. And then in production... Yeah. More or less easy-ish. All the key stuff is... all the key stuff's kind of made up there anyway, but let me just drop off some of this and I'll actually go get some more. Maybe we'll grab like 2 more stacks of these. Yeah, 3 more stacks. 3 more stacks. We'll go over get some concrete because that will be full. I think everything that's being made there has also been made on the other side anyway. Where's my tractor? There it is. Alright, well, let's go. And also, well, we may actually just clear the back fluid in where the rubber and all that's been made, just so it doesn't... Because we're not going to be back for a little bit, so... I'm not too worried. Okay, so let me just triple check for this one. I need rubber. Cool. Take the rubber. We'll take all of that with us, actually. Cool. Alright, let's go grab the last of the power that's connected down here. And then connect it all up. Yeah, I think... Okay, so the last connected power is over here. Thankfully for what we're doing, we can literally just go... Oh, hang on. What do I do with all of that? Ah, cool. Just in there. Probably do want at least the starters to have platforms. I don't actually care one way or another. Alright, let's just do something here and just spread it around a bit. Alright, how far can we place it? Cool. I wonder if we can beat the resources there. Sad. That would have been quite funny if we were able to beat the resource deployment. But technically... Okay. That's on its way around. Or I could not have picked a worse place to put that. Could not have picked a worse place at all. Okay, how far can we actually place that? Easy peasy. This will also mean I won't have to keep bloody bringing tractors back and forth as well. I'm kind of in two minds about the what are they, the hyper tubes? Whether I lay the hyper tubes first, or whether I just wait till I lay any rail tracks going down, just in terms of efficiency kind of thing, because that will take a very long time to go back and forth. That hog had upset my entire vehicle. Look, we are getting pretty close again to where the power is, and it's not really laying the power that's the slow bit. It will really be laying the tracks and things, so that might be something that I use a blueprint for. Just so I'm not spending all day just laying blueprints. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Is that Caterium? We will need to get some more Caterium in a minute, actually. That doesn't sound friendly. Does not sound friendly at all. Don't know where they are. Where's my tractor? Let's just get out of here. Alright, everyone just chill out, okay? Okay, why don't we just do a simple connection here for now. now everything should... There we go. Max consumption 3000. Cool. That's nice and dandy. So let's go. Let's go and figure out what we actually currently need to do. So we have a little bit more headroom before we have to go and do any more power plant nonsense. So we have a little bit of time. Oh, we need Caterium. That's back there. That's back here. I don't know where that noise was coming from, because I'm pretty sure I've already gotten that one. What are you? You are concrete. Not incredibly useful presently. Not useful. Not useful. Definitely not useful that low of an amount. Oh, hang on. Let's put one of them back. Two of them back. Because we're going to need to make room for... Where's our truck go? We're going to need to make room for the encased industrial beams and then also the motors. Right, let's go grab some encased industrial beams here. Over here, wherever they were. So we still have a little bit, so we're not, you know, we're not terribly well, we're not terrible at the moment in terms of resourcing. I'm an encased industrial beam, you say? Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult there, Geekfish. We don't need this much concrete in our inventory. We can get rid of some of that. Where am I going? Over here. Okay. So we should have more steel beams. I'm really going to need to sort out this bloody tractor too. Let's take... Oh, I did not stop to get more copper sheets. That's very problematic. Does it? Did Twitch not update properly? Ah. This explains many things. Thank you. Satisfactory. Save. I mean, it could be 007. You never know. I mean, I suppose if you know Satisfactory, you know it's not 007. But if you've never played either of them, you know, could be one or the other. What else do I need? Nothing from here. Cool. Where's my tractor? Do I have anything in there I need? No. Let's bring some coal over, just so we can... Actually, that's probably not a bad idea. Come on, truck. Is this the right tractor? Yeah, it is. It's actually not a bad idea. If I build... Oh, that's a hot mess of spaghetti. There should be a reward to play with Elky. Yes. I have considered an Elky you can't park there. I have considered a, like... I have considered an Elky cam as, like, a Twitch reward. I just need to do it. Okay, let's go and cheese this a little bit. So the current issue we have, and I could be completely wrong, is in 1.1 and previously, if you ran your tractor under any truck station, I'm pretty sure it just refilled your inventory. It refilled your tractor with, you know, whatevers. But it does not appear to do that. Let's just sort and sort. Now, I could be imagining that, but I thought it did. So the problem we currently have is we have a base that I can't really get coal to very, very easily. So I'm kind of neglecting its tractor until I get trains. So every now and then my tractor just runs out of power. Thankfully, none of these vehicle paths do my power stations, because that would be disastrous. Where did it break down? Ah, there it is. Maybe I should just build like a crate, and I just put a whole bunch in. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll get a crate out for it, and then just store a whole bunch of coal in. Because hopefully by then I've either got packaged fuel unlocked and it's a little bit easier to distribute, or I've just changed everything for trains. Some of the more quote-unquote local nodes may just stay as tractors or whatever. I haven't really decided. Oh, seriously? Ah, cool. Actually, you know what? We probably should just make it the big one. And drop all the coal in. Yeah, okay, so it definitely has to interact with the station first. Okay. Alright, let's go grab some motors. If we grab motors, we should be able to then just go on and continue with our fuel power exploration. Oh, are we actually full on motors? We sure are. That is actually kind of hilarious. I don't want to have to come back here, so let's just take as much as we can. Or Geep Fishy thinking, you know, the reward is I have to go interact with Alki and play with her. Like, get a tug toy out or something. Where did my tractor go? That tractor or this tractor? Oh, that one's not very useful. We'll go with this one. Okay. Now, we should actually have a whole bunch of oil nodes on the way, so that's somewhat promising. But they'll be very, very hard to get to extract out, to extract a node at the moment, because we don't have an ability to move it. Because that is one thing about 1.2. Well, this world, particularly in 1.2, is the nodes are on randomized locations. So it's a little bit harder to deal with liquid. Okay, so I think the other oil node... I know there's one around here. And this might not be one we deal with until we get rains. Yeah, there's one here. But I can't do anything with it yet. Well, not that I can't do anything with it, it's just there's no point changing any of that stuff yet. Okay, so we need to get around the other side of the base. Yeah, I think we should actually be able to just drive around this way first. Yeah, maybe I'll do the encased industrial beams on top of... I swear I did that last time, though. Alright, let's see where this crude oil is. So that'll be down on the beach, I think. And potentially underground. That's fine. So what we'll do... It is a little far to deal with at the moment. So maybe... can't park there. Maybe we just deal with the pure node. I was hoping I had enough momentum just to drive over that. No, this is the right way. And then potentially we just have it build a whole bunch of plastic and send that away. Okay, so we've got the pure crude oil here, and then the impure one down there somewhere. Oh, that's very handy. Okay, how do we want to do this? So let's build production. So we want the oil extractor. Oil extractor. Maybe we actually... How do we do this? So we need to go into a refinery first. And you're producing 240 per minute, and then the others, so you're going 300 total. Okay. So if we're doing 300 total... let's just bring the pipes down to begin with. Concrete. Ah, in here. Cool. Because what we should be able to do is, at least with the byproduct of resin, I can potentially just move it elsewhere, because it's a bit easier than... I actually just may sink it, to actually be really honest with you at the start. That might actually be the best way, because this is kind of just not a very useful... not a very useful location. Ow. Alright, this is my oil. Back off. Okay. So we've got the refinery here. Just checking that this actually does only make 60. Yes, okay, so we've got 300 being produced altogether. So... essentially, that's 5, I think. Is it 5? I don't know. I think it's 5. 60, 120, 180, 240, 300. If that hog wants to go away. And this is just super temporary anyway, so I'm not overly worried. Okay, so let's drop in... actually, let's do it the other way around. We will want to drop a pipeline here. A pipeline there. We'll want to come around there and reconnect. So we just add a junction. The only one that will be a little trickier is that one. Okay, so this will make... What's that? 40... Make 240, I think. Yeah, so this will make 240 fuel. Let's just start powering all of this. That's kind of what I think we should do now. Okay, so in terms of fuel generators, I don't think it will actually tell us how much power it consumes until it's actually getting the power. So let's just get rid of this dude. Ow. Come back here.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resonant song. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
I feel like they're not impartial, but you know, that's just my opinion. Okay, let's actually just go connect this to power, because I actually don't know how much that needs straight off the bat. Because we may, you know, we may need 5, we may need 10, who knows. Wire is too long. There we go. Alright, how are we going for power now? Consumption 340. Okay, so we still have a little bit of overhead available. Okay. So you take 20 fuel per minute. You're making 40. So for each of these, we need 2. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Two. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're going to be out of copper pipes. I did not bring any more. Only got 11 left. Okay. How will we get around that? I don't think I'm processing any copper up here. I don't think so. I wouldn't have a need to. Alright, let's take the plastic with us. And we will take that with us. And we'll go get some more and we'll also just go hand in. Actually, why don't I just dump my entire inventory except for the 400 of those. And then the 200 plastic. What happened to the 200 plastic? Oh, still in there. Okay. Yeah. Because we should now actually have plenty of power. Yeah, I mean, that alone should be giving us, what, 250? 20,000? 2,000? I don't know. Oh, shit. Either way, it should be giving us a lot, so... So that's good. Maybe I am bringing copper somewhere. No, that's all coal. Alright, let's just go back to base. And then we'll just also go and release all of that residual stuff on the way. Yeah, so that should deal with a lot of our power for a while. That's not exactly a lot of a lot of coal fuel that it's taken either. Especially if those other ones are also pure. I do think potentially bringing all the fuel to one location's pretty good. At least for now anyway. Like, it might be at something at one point that you know, if we've got a computer station or something, that I build the plastic on site. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends where I actually am. Yeah. I think it depends where I am to see if I do that. That's going to kick me off, isn't it? Yep. Oh, sick one. Cool. I mean, out here wouldn't be too bad, but it's not as... You know, just building it over the water isn't exactly interesting. What I am interested to see, though, is when I get up to, like, the supercomputers or whatever, how that gets impacted by, or my planning of it gets impacted by the resources just being everywhere. I also may at some point actually just put one of those Maybe when I do... Oh no, but I won't need them once I do the trains. Interesting. Alright, well, by the time I do what I need to do, that should be filled again. And we'll stop and get some plastic on the way back, I think. Yeah, we'll do that on the way back. Okay. We'll go up like that. We'll get rid of some of these trees as well in the future. Okay. Why is there a giant tick thing in my... standing on top of my house?
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Okay, so now we should be able to just head back. Yeah, we'll head back and we'll pick up some more of those copper sheets on the way. The right speed, this can actually be a lot quicker than driving. Oh, actually, let's just go empty these on our way. Or we've completely stopped. Yeah, that's fine. We'll empty them. There's just not much we can do with them at the moment. As I said, that stuff was actually only just so we could unlock the milestone anyway, so I'm not overly worried as it runs out. It's good to know that when the spiders respawn, the trucks just kind of delete them. Alright, what do we have here? 35. That's fine. This should be ample for now. Alright. Do not fall off there. This is the one I wanted to be on. Oh dear. Oh, that was not good. Alright, if I fall off this again, I am very dead. And we'll just cruise all the way back to where we're working. Oh no. The game is going to crash. There we go. I don't know why. Ever since it went standard release, it just crashes occasionally when it's trying to do its autosave. How far back did it put me? At least I won't be low on health. Ah. Alright, let's continue back to our base and we'll continue to head up. Build up our oil capabilities. Yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about all that stuff up there. I mean, realistically, I can just set the power for that bit, come back, get trucks and all that sorted. That shouldn't be too hard. Oh, will these activate? Oh, they do. But they can't catch me. So that should actually be a fair bit of power that we add. I don't think it will be enough yet to be able to just dismantle the coal. And I don't think I want to. I think I will keep some coal power going, at least for the foreseeable future anyway. Because it also just means, as you know, as I keep building, or if issues do arise, you know, there's at least a little bit of power in the grid to keep some parts going. Because it's really when you start getting to, I mean, oil can be kind of a pain if you do, like, blow the circuit. But it's definitely very annoying on nuclear power if you do actually use too much power and blow the circuit, or it stops producing the hot thing altogether. That's also where the batteries become quite useful. It's just keeping your circuit alive. Or you'll know a lot quicker that there's a problem. Because it'll just notify you, so that's always a bonus. Alright, let's go back to our fuel power station, and, well, a temporary fuel power station at the very least. And then maybe we'll look at encased industrial beams today. Maybe. Well, that's right. We should bring an awesome sink over for the resin. Because I don't really want to have to deal with the resin currently. Well, let's just take that one. I can just sit there and process it while we wait. Oh, hang on. Why did that happen? Alright, let's drop that off and take all. Drop more of that off. Take... Alright. And then we can connect this stuff. So that's... Oh, because you're out of resin. Okay. Okay, so essentially it goes 1 to 2. So let's just put in a pipe generator. But these won't produce 300, will they? 40, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They make 200 in total. 40, 80, no we won't. What? 40, 80, yeah, 200. So let's just... Let's just sort it out the other way first. Put in a T junction. And then we come back here. Get more T junctions. Connect that one. T junction here. And just go like that. And then we get the T junction, that one, that one, that one. Okay, so when we're not producing any at the moment. Or is this all still flowing on? Yeah. Oh, it's also not connected. That will... And we're going to do that again on the other side too. Although actually, if I have the resources, I may just bring the resin up straight away. I don't know yet. Or if I won't have any more on me. That is very saddening. Alright, and then that just connects like that. Alright, then we'll just go down here. Just chuck in some T junctions. Although, if it's only a little bit, I think we actually have the resources to make the encased industrial beams while we're over here. We have concrete. Yeah. Not a lot of concrete. Oh, yeah, we should be able to make some. Well, we're already getting pretty full on polymers. Or resin, whatever it was. I think we needed like 5. Yeah, that should be enough. I miscalculated this. So that's 2... No. Oh, it's probably just taken a while to flow through everything. Oh no, we needed 10 more. Okay, can I just build the crafting workbench? Yeah, cool. Five more. Alright, that should actually... They'll eventually sort their lives out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 120, 180, 240, 300. You're going to be complaining about resin. Yep. Just so we can keep the lights on, basically, and then we'll sort out the resin now. Yeah, production 4,300. Although that is actually only just giving us room above where we're already at. Okay. So we... Does this pass my... Yeah, you know what? For being temporary, I think that's fine. I don't know how temporary this area will be, but it'll be temporary. Do I have the ability? No, I don't. That's fine. I'll just put it into the awesome sink. Just for now, because I don't have the ability to deal with it just yet. Okay, so we're now 1,000 over what it is, and probably a good I'd say probably got 1,000 of that is also not really required anyway, so well, it wasn't too bad. And that was all of that was just off one pure node. As we get to like turbo fuel and all of that, this stuff will become cruisy. Or even just the bigger pipes so I can actually overclock what I'm doing. Okay, so we're essentially just outputting it at 100%. Cool. Alright, let's go back. I think that's kind of all we need to do with power for a little bit. That tractor's still going, so that's fine. Maybe we should start laying the frameworks for the encased industrial beams. Okay, so let's get rid of what we won't need. Take that, put that back. So do we have any more sheets, regular sheets up here? Yeah, we do.